Hey everyone, it's me, Greg here, and in this video I just wanted to talk very briefly about my experience seeing Batushka as well as Hate back at Bar Le Ritz PDB here in Montreal back on October 19th. I actually have the poster from the event over there on that wall. I don't think you can see it, I don't think it's quite in frame. I'll just tilt the camera. I don't know if it's in frame or not, but there it is, right there with the Jesus on the poster. So yeah, this show, it was a lot of fun, honestly. That's the main thing I have to say about it. Like, the first band that went on, unfortunately I missed that one because we arrived to the venue late. The venue, by the way, was fucking packed. It was just so many fucking people in there. Like, Bar Le Ritz, when it comes to these bigger shows, it gets really chock full, like, really fast. It's unfortunate because I've been to some shows of that venue with bigger bands, like, you know, Devil Master or Sadistic Ritual, and there's basically been, like, nobody there. In comparison to when I've seen Batushka, as well as some other shows like Creeping Death, where the place was just fucking shit full. It was crazy. So yeah, the first band I saw was Hate. Hate is a Polish blackened death metal band. They're kind of similar to Behemoth in a way, and honestly I thought they were a lot of fun. That style of Polish blackened death metal isn't something that I'm usually that into all that much. It's something that I feel is often, it's like too bombastic for me to really get into. Like, it's too grandiose. Like, I prefer my black metal to be more low-key and subtle, and to really just kind of be a lot more atmospheric, whereas this stuff feels like it's kind of like symphonic black metal or symphonic death metal in the same way, where it's just, there's so much going on, and everything is very simplistic. There's not really much in the way of actual riffs. It's more focused on like the rhythm of things. Not that that's bad or a negative thing, it's just something that I personally don't like all that much. So I did enjoy Hate. They were pretty good. I thought they were a lot of fun. They were enjoyable to listen to or whatever. But they're not a band that I would really ever go see if they were like the main draw of the show. If they were a headliner, they're not something that I would personally be like, oh yeah, I need to go to that. But that's just my personal opinion. And then Batushka came on, and before Batushka came on, there was all the stagehands coming out and setting the stage for them. They have this like altar at the front where they have various icons of Jesus and Mary and other characters from Orthodox Christianity, and they also had people setting up just a metric buck ton of candles all over the stage. It was crazy. There were just so many candles. Like, these guys really go hard with the whole ritual aesthetic. It's something that they really try to push when it comes to their live performance. And then when the band actually came out on stage, there were 3 dudes who came out and stood next to the keyboards, and my initial thought was like, okay, these guys are gonna like do some kind of prayer or like do some kind of introduction to their set before they actually pick up their instruments or whatnot. And then like 5 other dudes in robes came out on stage, and I was like, whoa, okay, so this band actually has like 8 people in it. This is fucking crazy. And they, of course, had a shit ton of fog coming out through the venue, and to the point where I actually couldn't even see the bassist who was standing behind the drummer. There was very, very little space on the stage for all 8 of these guys to stand there. When it comes to their set, they fucking killed it, honestly. There wasn't a single moment where I was like, oh, that wasn't quite off, or that wasn't quite on, they missed a part here, or this was kind of iffy. The entire thing, tight as fucking hell. Amazing, amazing performance. The only thing that really irritated me was not something to do with the band, it was actually something to do with the audience, because there's this one part where the vocalist of the band had to be like, you know, it was very clearly some kind of ambient interlude or what have you, and everyone in the crowd was super quiet except for these 2 fucking wasted assholes who were standing right next to me, next to the bar, and they just would not shut the fuck up. They were just yelling and being totally disrespectful and just acting like pathetic fucking assholes, and it was so fucking irritating. I really wanted to say something to them and tell them to shut the fuck up, but I didn't want to cause a scene, at least more of a scene than they were already causing. And eventually the band did kind of break into, you know, the same old atmospheric black metal that they're known for, with all the drums and guitar and bass and shit, and it got super loud again, and then you couldn't hear them. But it was just really irritating for that brief moment in time for these two fucking drunkards to not shut the fuck up. But beyond that, the show was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Batushka, if you get a chance to see them live, I highly recommend you do it, because it's an experience unlike anything else you'll get in terms of the modern metal landscape with touring bands. Like, it's a really unique experience, and I highly recommend people check it out. So yeah, that's my experience seeing Hate and Batushka at Bar Le Ritz back in October. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.